Did you know that you can actually speak on the canvas? That you can share your voice through creative expression, through the canvas, through your art journal, and actually you can get out those things that you would really like to say, and even more when you, again, get into that right creative part of your brain. I know a lot of us, especially women, we may have lost our voice over the years or in various situations. Maybe we got in trouble for expressing our feelings or speaking um, our thoughts, our opinions, things like that. Maybe we were told to, um, I was kind of brought up in that generation of kids were to be seen and not heard. In school, we're taught to be quiet unless we're called upon or to raise our hands. Um, there are other rules that, women are supposed to be quiet and submissive and meek and all of those things. Let's see, what other places? You know, Even in the workplace, like you can get in trouble for voicing your opinion or speaking your mind, or even disagreeing. Sometimes, you might not agree with what's being said. And if you say that, and sometimes you get shut down. And so what happens, there are just various examples that I could use. And there are so many ways that we can um, we can lose our voice. We can lose our authenticity. We can um, easily turn into, well, you know, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. There are just so many things that so many examples that I can give when it comes to losing your voice, silencing your voice, um, only saying things that are quote unquote acceptable or don't rock the boat. And all that does is kind of, again, in the last video, I talked about all those places that we can lose our personal power and give our personal power away. And one of this is kind of one of those examples. If you're not able to share freely and authentically within your relationships or at work or in various situations, um, then we can lose our voice and we end up stuffing things, that we stuff emotions. We can't express the things that we want to say to get off of our mind or whatever it is. And so we internalize them, and that shows up as dis-ease at some point or another, right? It can create agitation, irritability. You can become depressed. It can create all of these like lower vibrational emotions. And when those emotions come up, they're coming up to tell us something, right? To say, like, hey, something's going on here, that there's an area that we're kind of out of balance. And, um, let's express that. Let's love on these emotions. Let's take a look at that, right? um, we all have that. We all have a light side and we all have a dark side. And it's not that it's good and bad or right or wrong. It's just that nobody is perfect. And if we were all the same and all perfect, like, it would be so boring. And anyway, I'm kind of going off on a rabbit trail. I don't want to do that. So, one way that you can express your authentic voice is on the canvas in your art journal. So, go into that space, your sacred painting bubble, whether it's a room or hopefully you can find, like, you can create a private, quiet space where you can kind of escape to, in a sense, and let everybody know I am in my sacred painting or sacred creative bubble right now, surrounded in this amazing white, yellow light, or whatever color you would like to be surrounded in. And go to the canvas and say what you want to say. Just start painting again. Start painting, or if you're not using paint and maybe you're using oil pastels, or maybe you're using collage. Maybe you like creating collages and ripping things out of magazines and gluing them down. Just get it down and see what comes up. Just go with it. Just go with it. Just let it feel those emotions. Let those emotions come out. Speak it. If you want to even paint it on the canvas, what you want to say, or get a marker and write it and then paint over it, and let those emotions come out, and let your voice, that authentic voice of yours, be heard within on the canvas. And just watch and see what comes up. You never know. You never know. And then pay attention to how you're feeling. And again, what are you, what resistance is coming up, or, what thoughts or memories or whatever, what is coming up for you, and just honor that and process that and work through that, rather than trying to reject it or stuff it or push it down, or that's not good, criticize yourself or judge yourself. Or this week's power thought card is there is no blame. Interesting. Or blame yourself for, if I would have said something different, or if I would have, voiced my opinion or something, the woulda, shoulda, coulda, beating yourself up. No, 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 no. This is just the place to be real, to be authentic, to express your voice when maybe you can't, or express your opinion. Maybe even if it was a conversation and you weren't sure how to articulate how to express yourself in a way that maybe the person you were dealing with is defensive in nature, which if they are, yeah, might want to rethink that relationship. But maybe, they're defensive, or whatever, or lash out, or, they have a tendency to jump the gun or control or manipulate. And so that is intimidating, right? And so maybe they intimidated you. And so you can end up shutting down, or feeling, you can be mad at yourself and blame yourself for not standing up, or allowing them to take your power, whatever. There's so many different examples. And if that's the case, take it to the canvas, right? Some people are not gonna, they're not gonna let you speak anyway. And if you do, they're gonna use it against you. And again, if that's a situation that you're in, let's talk. But, if it's a boss, or, something like that. But anyway, get it out on the canvas, in your art journal. Grab a piece of paper and draw and see what comes up. Again, this is you we're talking about. This is you, and this is your well-being and your health and your life. And you are valuable. And the words that you have within you, those are meant to come out. They are meant to be spoken. Your authentic voice needs to be heard. And if you aren't safe or whatever in actually speaking your mind, then the canvas is a great way to give life to that, and to see the magic that can come up for you, and the beauty that can come out of that, and just feel how does it feel after? And it'll feel great. It will feel great. So I would love to see your beautiful works of art. So you can take a picture and you can post it below in the comments, or you can send it to me in a message or email. I would love to see that. If you have any questions or comments, again, you can post those below, or you can send me a private message or email if you would like to. And if you would like some help with those relationships and expressing your authentic voice or not, I do take one-on-one clients, and you can, again, comment below or send me a message. Actually, for that, I would prefer if you send me a message, because that's just a little bit more intimate, and this is a public place. So I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back here tomorrow.